What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Nick Alberto and this is my channel, Journey Overseas. Cue the intro. I'm very excited to be bringing you guys video number 2. I am headed to Offenburg for the weekend to coach the B team. They have a joint scrimmage, joint camp, joint practice type thing. So we have the first team, which I play for, the B team. This weekend is for the B team. I'll be helping out. I'll be coaching the receivers. About to cook myself up some eggs and rice for breakfast, and then we got about an hour drive to Offenburg. I'll see you guys there. Just arrived in Offenburg. Look at that. That's crazy. Ooh, it doesn't even look real. That is crazy. B team is playing against the Offenburg Miners, which is the city we're in. It's a small town. As you guys can see, we're in the middle of nowhere, just surrounded by mountains and farmland. Pretty sick. I'm super excited though. This is gonna be awesome. About to coach these receivers up. The guys are behind me warming up. You can see them all. Got my receiver drills all set up. We're gonna do some stance and starts. Got plenty of balls. Gonna hit them with the box drill. Gonna do some other stuff. About to get these boys right. Start off with some stance and start stuff. So we'll say the ball's to our left, so the balls on our inside. So we have our left foot up. Press on the bag. Start your left foot up. Make sure your knee is over your toes. Shoulders over your knees. A little bit of bend in your back leg. Don't come too far back. Don't be too scrunched up. Make sure you got a nice bend in your knee. Look to the inside. Keep your chest up. You don't want to hunch over or stand too tall. Get a nice bend. And then I'll say go. I'm gonna go. Fire off with that first step. And then we'll be standing here. Throwing the ball. Catch. Tough. We'll do this probably twice, and then we'll switch. Right leg, same thing, step over, catch the ball. For the first drill, I started the guys off with some stance and start. As a receiver, your stance is the most important thing. If you have a bad stance, you've already lost. The purpose for stepping over the bags was to emphasize that first step, making sure that it's explosive. Normally, as a receiver, you want to have your inside foot up. You want your knee to bend over your toe. For your front leg, you want to keep your chest up and have a little bit of bend in your back leg. After stance and start drill, I taught the guys some releases. Here you see me teaching the guys a release. I just call this release the jab and go. If your goal is to go right in your release, then you want to jab left and then go right and vice versa. The goal is to move the DB with that initial jab, and then once you get past the DB, you want to stack. To stack a DB means to get back to the original line where you started. Honestly, not sure what you call this next drill, but it's good for working on keeping your eyes up when you run your routes and sinking your hips. Then at the end, you catch a tennis ball. Tennis balls help with hand-eye coordination. Now we're putting it all together and working the various releases against coach and catching a ball downfield. Good job by the guys here putting it all together. After the individual period, the receivers then got with the quarterbacks to run some routes on air. Let's just take a second to appreciate this view. The guys went through the entire route tree and ran hitches, ins, posts, corners, goes, slants. The QBs from both teams were slinging the ball around as well. A lot of the guys are pretty new to football, but they all were great listeners and they all genuinely seemed like they wanted to get better. So to recap, we worked on some stance and start. I taught the guys 3 different releases, a go release, a jab and go release, and a double jab and go release. Big shout out to the boys for letting me coach them up. I really enjoyed working with them and hopefully they learned a thing or two from me. Who knows, maybe I'll be Coach Nick in the future.
Come zusammen, hallo, playmakers! 1, 2, 3, on the show! Oh boys, time for one-on-ones? Uh-oh.
All right, let's coach up these one-on-ones. Pretty good route here. Threaten the DB vertical, step on his toes, and then make your break. Not a bad release here, but once the receiver gets past the DB, he needs to stack. Can't extend the arm to the top of the route here. That's probably going to be an offensive PI. Bit of a push off here too, but it's a bit more subtle, so maybe it won't get called. We call that the chicken wing. If the ball hits your hands, you got to catch it. This is a pretty solid route. Sold the slant well. Just got to finish and catch the ball. Boys are doing some 7-on-7 right now. Snapping the ball to the QBs. Offensive ball is working. After the one-on-ones, we moved to some 7-on-7s. Overall, it was a pretty good period. We missed a couple of throws, but hey, it happens. The weather was absolutely beautiful, and the guys were out there just straight competing. And I got to call the plays, so I would like to think I was dialing it up.
Also die Vielzahl von Unit Huddle, okay? Schönes Ding. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense! Sehr schön.
First session for the boys in the books. About to grab some lunch, and then we're back out here at 2 o'clock. Then the guys are going to scrimmage each other. Back on the field now. The guys are getting ready for practice number 2. Just finished up with a nice spaghetti lunch with the team. This second practice, they're going to do a live scrimmage, so I'll definitely have some good footage for you guys with that. Back to work.
Let's go. Hard work on me, hard work on free. 1, 2, 3, hard work!
Sun went away. It's absolutely bricks. Guys are still scrimmaging. They're almost done. Drinking some tea to stay warm. That is a wrap on the joint practice. These guys have been out here playing football for like over 5 hours. It was a lot of fun to help out and coach. Now we're gonna head back to the hotel. Been out on the field for 6 hours. Feels nice to finally sit down. Gonna shower, change, relax. Then we're going to an all-you-can-eat and all-you-can-drink buffet. About to try some zebra. Wonder if
It's like, hey, what's buddy name off Madagascar?
Melvin?
Bro.
Or is Melvin the
Nah,
giraffe?
Melvin is right.
What's the zebra's name? Marty?
Marty. Chris Rock.
Hey, Marty.
Timo's first time trying zebra. It's good? So I finally made it back to the hotel room. It was an eventful day. After the buffet, we came back to the hotel and the team just chilled in the lobby and kicked it for hours. Sean made some new friends and ended up strip dancing for them. Overall, it was a really cool day. I enjoyed coaching up the guys. About to go to sleep because we have to be up early again. A teammate invited Sean and myself to visit a town about 30 minutes from Pforzheim called Baden-Baden. We went to Baden-Baden and visited the hot springs, hot pool, hot tubs, cold tubs, saunas. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get any videos. We got in, I tried to take some videos, and the guy flagged me down and told me I couldn't record. I still tried to sneak in as much footage as I could to get the content for you guys. Go upstairs to the sauna area. That's where it was a bit of a different experience for me. Germany, extremely normal to use the sauna naked. Shower before you go in the sauna and shower after the sauna. You're supposed to have a towel and you're supposed to sit on the towel, have your feet resting on the towel as well. Being from America and not being used to something like this, once you walk through the door into the sauna area, it's almost like walking into a whole nother world because everybody is naked. My body felt great after, my mind felt great after. I felt super relaxed. Honestly, it's really not that weird. Once you are around it for a while, you kind of get used to it. And the city of Baden-Baden itself, really nice. It was almost like this hidden village in the mountains. You could tell that it gets really cold there. So when you would walk by restaurants, you'd see a lot of fires, furniture covered in thick fur. Last thing we had to do before we left was stop and get some doner kebab, which is a Turkish meal, but it's very popular in Germany. I think it's lamb, lettuce, tomato, onion, cabbage, yogurt sauce, and you can add like a spicy sauce. And it's almost in like a bread, and they make it into like kind of like a sandwich, I guess is the best way I would describe it, but it tastes delicious. Now it's time to get ready for the week. Thank you guys for tagging along with me this weekend. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, drop a thumbs up on the video, and comment below what future videos you want to see me doing, and I'll see you next time.